Welcome back to my channel, YouTube. Listen, I got a good one in store for you today. We all love traditional macaroni and cheese, but I gotta be honest, as a chef, working the line, trying to make a consistent product for a restaurant, I used to run into the biggest issue of making a bechamel from scratch with somebody not watching it, somebody burning it, it being inconsistent, under-seasoned, over-seasoned, you name it, inconsistent, right? And I remember thinking like there has to be a solution. Well, I got the solution for you. But what I'm talking about is sodium citrate. Okay, so before you freak out, listen, I want to give you a little information about sodium citrate so you feel more comfortable consuming it. It's also commonly known as sour salt, and it's a crystalline salt found naturally in citrus fruits. It's produced from a reaction during citric acid fermentation. These white crystals have salty and slightly tart taste, which often is used as a flavoring agent and for various beverages such as juices, sodas, and energy drinks. And basically, the reason why I use it in the cheese sauce is because it makes the cheese soluble, which creates a smooth emulsion without curdling. And this is what, in classic mac and cheese, this is the problem that we all have. The cheese separates from the fat. So anyway, these are the two that I recommend. These two brands right here, you can get them off Amazon. They're readily available and they're also food safe. I didn't invent this, okay? It was just after doing some research, I was able to curate a recipe that worked. The restaurant I was working in, the operation, but I'm telling you, it works wonders. And honestly, it's the only way I'll make macaroni and cheese now. Although I do love a traditional bechamel and baked macaroni and cheese for holidays and stuff. You know when you get that, the problem is sometimes the cheese splits from the fat and it tastes curdled. Well, not with this ingredient, okay? And basically, this is the magic trick. In less than 5 ingredients, I can make macaroni and cheese that tastes velvety, that tastes delicious, and is amazingly seasoned. So I always keep this trick in my arsenal, and you should too. So I'm gonna teach you today, and I'm gonna give you a good base recipe to work with. Let's get into the video. Okay, so let's jump right in. Listen, I think this is really important. I'm using medium cheddar tillamook, it's really delicious, as my base cheese, and then I'm using sharp cheddar as my additional flavor, and then mozzarella cheese for the stretch. But you can use any cheese that you want. I think what I would highly recommend is make sure you grate it yourself. I have this cool little attachment to the KitchenAid. It makes it super easy. You'll see, I'll whip it up in just a few seconds. But it doesn't come out like it would with the box grater, but that's totally fine. But you can use any non-hard cheese, and I'm telling you, it comes out perfect. But I think this flavor profile is one of my favorite. And also take in consideration, like I prefer like white macaroni and cheese, but at the same time I'm using this because it's for my children, so they're kids. But I'm using dry pasta today. I'm using 240 grams, and then I'll put all of the measurements and stuff down in the description. Sorry, it's late night, I'm editing, I'm a little sleepy, but you know what? We gotta get this content in, baby. Okay, now this is my favorite type of pasta for macaroni and cheese. It's called cavatappi, and I don't have the dye for this, but I just got it dry, but it's all good. But anyway, here we go. 300 grams of milk, 12 grams of sodium citrate, and then what you want to do is you want to let this come up to a light simmer, okay? Now, keep in mind, you can use water, you can use whole milk, skim milk, reduced fat milk, it doesn't matter. Heavy cream, you're more than welcome to use whatever liquid you want, just make sure it's not too viscous. And then once it comes up to temp, you're gonna drop the cheese right in. And the thing I love about this the most is I can use maximum cheese, okay? You could literally keep on putting cheese in there, and yes, of course it'll thicken up when it gets hard, but honestly, that's one of the benefits. When you make it a traditional bechamel, like there's only so much cheese you can add before it just gets too thick. But this, it's great. Now you want to watch it, you want to make sure it doesn't scorch on the bottom, and just keep in consideration, I know I'm going to repeat this a couple times, this is a base recipe. You can add or subtract whatever you want in here. Keep in mind I'm making this for my kids. They like Kraft macaroni and cheese, so I'm not adding any onion, any spices, anything green. But the only thing you cannot add is salt, because sodium citrate is salty. But hey, look, I want to show you how beautiful this looks. Let's roll the B-roll. Enough of that. I'm adding the pasta now, and listen, I cook this pasta in unsalted water, okay? You really want to taste the finished product before you decide to add salt. That is the one pro tip that I will leave you with. But look, can we get one more B-roll shot of slow-mo of this macaroni and cheese? Check it. right, so it's at this point you can add whatever you want now to bake it if you were making baked mac and cheese. But again, I'm gonna leave it plain because you know, I got small children. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, I know there's gonna be some you know, mixed emotions about this macaroni and cheese, but I'm telling you right now, listen, ain't nothing wrong with making a bechamel based macaroni and cheese. But if you're in food service, or if you want to make a big batch of macaroni and cheese and you have to make a bechamel to start with, there's so many rooms for error. I'm telling you, the sodium citrate trick is the way to go. All right, it's really not that expensive, and you can get it. It's readily available online, and I'm telling you right now, it's a game changer because it changes the chemical compound in the cheese to make it ultra velvety, which you cannot get with a regular bechamel. All right, and you're more than welcome to flavor that cheese sauce with any onions, garlic, whatever you want. And I'm telling you, it still tastes just as good. Now, this was just a base recipe. You're more than welcome to add or subtract whatever you want. Jalapenos, different types of cheeses, you know, paprika, Parmesan cheese on top. I mean, the options are endless. You can use extruded pasta. I used this pasta today because I like this pasta with macaroni and cheese, but I don't have this dye for my extruder. So, but anyway, I hope you got some value out of this video. Please smash that like button, hit that subscribe, turn on the post notifications. You know the drill, all right? And I'm gonna leave, if you haven't seen my last video, I'm gonna leave a little clip right here or a little tag where you can go and click on it. Thank you.